Imagine waking up one day and TikTok is just gone. Yeah, the platform that brought you the viral trends, dancing, and yes, a lot of your business leads just poof. Well, that is the reality that we could be facing in just a few days on January 19th if TikTok's parent company ByteDance doesn't sell its US operations. And this isn't just a tech headline. This is going to be a massive shift for everyone who's built an audience or a business around TikTok. So, what happens next? Welcome to this week's Rocky Mountain Marketing Quickcast. This is your go-to source for actionable advice and the latest news in social media and digital marketing. Every Thursday in just 8 to 12 minutes, I'm going to be delivering quick, impactful tips to help you stay ahead in the fast-paced digital landscape. I'm your host, Katie Brinkley. Let's dive into today's episode. Welcome back to this week's episode of Rocky Mountain Marketing. Today, we are going to be talking about what could be one of the most significant shakeups in the social media world, the potential TikTok ban. It's coming up in just a few days, folks. And with a deadline that's set, like I said, in just a few days on January 19th, the future of this platform that millions of us have been using, really, it took off in the pandemic, but it had started well before the pandemic. A lot of us have been relying on this platform for years, and it's hanging on by a thread. If you're a creator, a business owner, or just someone who loves to scroll through TikTok on your downtime, this episode is for you. We're going to unpack everything that's happening. If you've been living under a rock, we're going to be talking about everything that's happening, the potential outcomes, and most importantly, what you can do to prepare if TikTok is no longer around and no longer a part of the social media landscape in the United States. Okay, so let's start with the facts. A law passed in the US requires ByteDance, which I said before is the parent company of TikTok. And this law required ByteDance to sell TikTok's US operations by January 19th, 2025, or face a full-on ban. The Supreme Court is expected to make its final decision this week. The stakes are really high. ByteDance is fighting to keep control of TikTok, but really the odds don't seem to be in their favor. The odds are not in their favor, for those of you Hunger Game fans. If you've been relying on TikTok to drive traffic, to build your brand, or to just engage with your audience, this is a reminder that no platform is guaranteed forever, and we are all just playing on rented land. This is why having an email list or another property that you can continue, that you own, is so important, folks. And this is where you need to shift your mindset. TikTok might be your biggest platform right now, but it shouldn't ever be your only platform. If you have been hesitant to jump into Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, or even Pinterest idea pins. Yes, folks, Pinterest is still around. It is a search engine. Don't sleep on Pinterest. Now is the time to jump on to one of those other platforms. Start sharing this content that you've created over on TikTok onto those platforms. Diversifying your strategy isn't an option anymore. It is essential. So if you're thinking, well, all right, I've been posting to YouTube Shorts or I've been posting to Reels, maybe you've been doing Pinterest idea pins, but why is this even happening, Katie? Why is TikTok potentially being banned? What is so wrong with it? So I want to unpack why TikTok is facing this threat of the ban in the United States. And it's just in the United States. It's still going to be around in Canada, over in the UK, Philippines, you name it. It'll be other places. It's just the United States. And it's not because of the trends or because of the viral dances or they're concerned about our youth being on it too much. There are deeper issues at play here, and it comes down to concerns over national security, data privacy, and trust. So first, one of the biggest concerns is that data privacy. TikTok, its algorithm is insane, and it collects a lot of information from its users. Everything from your location to your browsing habits to people that are in your contacts on your phone, even potential biometric data like facial recognition. And because TikTok is owned by ByteDance is a Chinese company, critics argue that the Chinese government could demand access to this data under their national security laws. And that has raised fears that sensitive information about the US and US users could be handed over to the Chinese government or used for malicious purposes. Then there is the issue of influence and misinformation. TikTok's algorithm, it's one of the most powerful algorithms in the world, determining what content gets in front of users. So lawmakers worry that this could be exploited and spread misinformation or propaganda, potentially even influencing public opinion during elections. So imagine if a certain moment was, or a certain content was quietly suppressed, or other content was amplified to shape a narrative. That is a lot of power concentrated in one app. And then next, there is the whole national security risk. Some officials view TikTok as a potential surveillance tool, tracking user locations or monitoring activities. Even though ByteDance has denied any wrongdoing and insists that they don't share data with the Chinese government, critics say that there isn't enough transparency to back up those claims. And this lack of trust is just part of a much larger geopolitical tension between the United States and China. It isn't just TikTok. It's part of a broader struggle over technology, cybersecurity, and influence. And TikTok, unfortunately, has just become a symbol of that tension, making it a very easy target for action. Now, TikTok has made efforts to address these concerns. And you might have heard about Project Texas, and that is their plan to store U.S. user data on American soil with Oracle. But many lawmakers say that's not enough, and they argue that as long as ByteDance remains the parent company, TikTok will always pose a potential risk. So this is a lot. So to put it simply, it boils down to trust and control. Can the U.S. trust a foreign-owned app with massive amounts of user data, especially when it's connected to a government with very different laws and priorities? And of course, there are counter arguments. TikTok has not denied all of these allegations, and some say banning the platform could set a dangerous precedent for free speech and the tech industry as a whole. But as, again, the January 19th deadline approaches, these concerns are only getting louder.
Let's take a quick break. I have to tell you about something that I'm super excited about. If you've been podcasting for a while and you want to start actually making money from your show, you are going to love this. I have an upcoming masterclass where I'm going to teach you exactly how to land top paying sponsors, even if you have a small but loyal audience. It is time to stop waiting for sponsors to knock on your door and start reaching out to the ones that really want your audience. Ready to make it happen? Head to katiebrinkley.live/RMM or head to the link in the show notes. Grab your spot today. All right, let's get back to the show.
Now, I want to talk about one of the wildest parts of all of this, and it's Elon Musk. So reports are suggesting that Chinese officials are open to Elon Musk buying TikTok's U.S. operations if the ban does go through. Kind of sounds like a sci-fi plot, right? While Musk has not shown any interest, the idea has sparked a lot of debate. Could one person who already owns Twitter or X be a major player? He's also a major player in tech. Could he also control one of the most popular social media platforms? It raises serious questions about social media monopolies and how we as marketers navigate these platforms. Think about it. Mark Zuckerberg, he owns Facebook and Instagram. Elon Musk owns X or Twitter. Microsoft owns LinkedIn. What if Musk owns TikTok and Twitter? It's three companies really owning so much of our data that we spend so much of our time on. I think that it's something to think about here. This is the biggest takeaway. Platforms, they're always going to evolve. They're always going to be changing hands, or they could disappear altogether. And your job as a business owner is to stay flexible and to focus on the things that you can control, like building an email list, creating valuable content, and nurturing the relationships with your audience off platform. And I want to talk about how I have been handling all this research and content planning. On some days, your to-do list, it feels endless and all your focus is all over the place. That used to be me, especially when I'm working on heavy topics like this TikTok ban. I can't stop finding articles and reading about it because this is really huge news. Most of you know I am not over on TikTok because it's not my wheelhouse. I'm not a short form video person. That's why I hired my brand account manager. She is amazing at short form video. She's my yin to my yang. I'm long form, she's short form. But this is huge for social media, this TikTok ban. And so when I'm working on heavy topics and really diving into a lot of research like I am today, I've started taking Magic Mind because before Magic Mind, I started my mornings strong, only to hit that 2 p.m. wall where I couldn't focus. I was tired. I was hungry. I was ready to grab another cup of coffee, but all it did was make me jittery without actually helping. And now with Magic Mind, I feel calm. I feel focused, clear-headed throughout the day. The neuropics and adaptogens in each little shot, they really work wonders for my productivity. And again, researching this episode, it was done in record time, outlining my ideas, no problem. And here's the best part. I want you to try it too. Head to magicmind.com/marketingjam. That's magicmind.com/marketingjam. Use that marketing Jan code and you will get a discount. It's seriously worth it, folks. Everything that I talk about on this show are products that I actually use every single day. So what happens if TikTok is banned? It's not just content creators and influencers that are going to feel this impact. Businesses that rely on TikTok for ads or influencer partnerships will have to pivot extremely fast. And the silver lining in all this, moments like this focus to innovate. Think about your content strategy and how it can evolve. Can you double down on Instagram and YouTube? How about exploring LinkedIn? LinkedIn does have a short form video feed like Reels or TikTok in their mobile app. The key is to focus on the platforms that align with your goals and your audience. It's also the perfect time to revisit your email marketing strategy and make sure that your website is converting. Check the SEO. These are the assets that you own, and no algorithm or Supreme Court decision can take those away from you. So as we wrap up this potential TikTok ban, it is a wake-up call for all of us here in the digital marketing world and all of us that own a business. Whether TikTok stays or goes, this lesson is clear. We can't put all of our eggs into one social media basket. Diversify and adaptability is always going to be the name of the game. I want to hear from you. If you're on TikTok, how are you planning on shifting during this time? How are you planning on evolving? How are you planning to navigate this potential ban? And I'm curious too, send me a DM if you think it actually is going to happen, because I've been saying, I don't know, I really don't think it'll happen. I think someone will buy it. It's too valuable. Its algorithm knows too much. It knows too much. I'd love to keep the conversation going. The way that I craft these podcast episodes is by talking to you. So let me know what you think. I'm curious. And until next time, let's keep building, keep experimenting, and keep taking your business to new heights.
Thanks so much for listening to this week's episode of Rocky Mountain Marketing. I hope you're leaving with valuable insights and the inspiration to lead your market. If you've enjoyed our time together and found today's podcast episode useful, I have a small favor to ask of you.
Please hit that subscribe button to stay updated with the latest episodes. And if you know someone who could benefit from these episodes, maybe a fellow business leader or an aspiring entrepreneur, go ahead and share this episode with them. Let's spread the knowledge and grow together. Also, I'd love to hear from you and continue the conversation beyond the podcast. Visit me at katiebrinkley.com to connect, to find more resources, or just to share your journey. And be sure to pick up your copy of my new book, The Social Shift, at katiebrinkley.com/book. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm Katie Brinkley, and I can't wait to dive into more strategies and stories with you on the next episode of Rocky Mountain Marketing. Let's keep on taking your marketing to new heights.